Hello, everybody. Please lie on the ground. Stretch your legs long, shoulder width, hip level, comfortably apart. Or you can choose to bend the knees and stand your feet so your feet are contacting the ground and your knees are standing. Move right into your breath. And pay attention to how you chose to rest your head into the ground without changing your movement. Is it up high in the skull, in the back of the head? Is it closer to the nape of your neck? Notice the arc behind your neck without changing a thing. And begin to get familiar with yourself. The contact with the ground is going to teach you. You're resting into the floor, so you don't have to work as hard as you would if you were standing. You give your muscles to the ground. You rest your bones to the ground. And please pay attention to the distance between the right ear and the right shoulder, and compare it to the distance between the left ear and the left shoulder. Now think about yourself if you were in standing, being the same person that's resting now on the ground and giving them the opportunity to scan the body and to learn about how you hold yourself on the ground, is the same person that's going to stand up and hold their head between the shoulders. Then pay attention to the distance without changing a thing. As you hear me speak, you are paying attention to the way that you are really truly true to your skeleton, the way you hold it now, are resting into the ground, are placing it to the ground. Scanning the body, learning about the way you hold yourself, comparing yourself to when you are standing and walking and moving through life throughout your day. Reminding yourself that you are the same person that's now lying on the ground. So the distance between the chin and the breastbone, and what will it indicate about now knowing the distance between the chin, the breastbone, the right ear to the right shoulder, the left ear to the left shoulder? What kind of a picture you already have about yourself if you were to stand? Where would you hold your head? And what influence will that have on your whole skeleton? On every bone, every joint, how it will affect each other on the same side, and how will it compare to the other side. So what role will every part play and how? And you are the conductor. You are mapping it out to yourself, and you will be able to change it for yourself. But not right now. Right now, you are learning as to how and what do you do. First, you have to know that before you can change what it is that you do. So knowledge about yourself. The overall sensation that your shoulder blades get when you are resting your upper back on the ground. Are you contacting more on the right side? If you're a righty, you might. Or are you having greater contact on the left side of your shoulder girdle? Compare the two. Remember what lies inside that area of your upper back in back and the chest in the front. Where you chose to rest your arms alongside of your body. How close or how far from the body are your arms resting? Where you chose to place your palms in relationship with the ground. Did you choose to turn your palms down? Are your palms turned up in the direction of the ceiling? Are your palms turning a little sideways? Which side? Is it out more, in more? And what will all of that tell you about the way you hold yourself when you are standing? Where will your arms be? Which leads you to thinking, or could lead you to thinking, that if your palms are down, then the shoulders round more than if they were turned up completely or turned even halfway side wall direction. Wherever they are will change everything about where you place your shoulder blades in the back body and how you hold your chest in the front of your body. And we are only talking right now about the upper back area in the back and the chest area in the front. What does that hold, and how would you hold yourself, being aware of all of that? How will that change your life? Could it possibly change the life of your breathing? Where your breath resides, how you expand? If you are open. But what if you were turned with your palms down in the direction of the ground, and your shoulders would round and your chest will sink in? You'd still be breathing, but the quality of the breath, which constitutes the quality of how you hold yourself in good posture, in good alignment, they work together really well, and one cannot work perfectly or even close to perfect without the other. So take a nice breath. Don't change what it is that you found for now. You're just scanning the way that you are doing what you are doing right now. That is as far as you learned until now. Life interrupts. But here you are wanting to learn, to improve upon it. The life of your body, the life of your mind, your house from the inside out and from the outside in. Notice how your middle back is holding itself in contact with the ground. And how it slides down toward your lower back area into the lower back area. So that whole vision of your back holding you, supporting you, your back body becomes more alive. Your breath resides there in every corner. The arcs, the natural arcs, if they are there in your awareness right now or not, if you can connect to the arcs or not, just know that they live there. That your spine wants to, craves for flexibility and ease of motion. So just thinking about it is already a good start, because it activates the memory that your body has. This rich memory of all of what you've done until this moment now is coming to life. Then slide down to the hip area. Your relationship between the hip joints on the right and on the left. The way you perceive yourself when you lower the attention to the lower part of our body. Through that amazing strong center that you're now exploring, comparing the way that the right hip is resting on the ground to the left hip and its contact with the ground. The quality of the muscles that are attached to the hip joint, the front of your thighs, the sides, outside and inside of your muscles, support the great bones and the structure of your joint. The muscles in the back of your thigh that attach from the back of your knee all the way to the glutes, to the gluteus, those strong muscles that support the hip joint so well. So balance in your mind the quality of the contact that you're making on the right side with the quality of the contact that you're making on the left side. By quality, a lot of things come to mind, but quality at the end of the day and in the life of our body is less tension, more balanced musculature with movement that flows through the bones and the body, that moves through with the most amount of ease, with the least amount of muscle tension. Less quality will mean that you are feeling yourself maybe even shaking at this point on one side and relaxed more on the other side. Of course, pain is an indication that you want to change positions. Maybe bend the knees if your legs are straight at this point. Or even roll to your side and come out of the scan and just sit somewhere very comfortably. Our goal is still to move only within the comfort zone, with the least amount of muscle tension and the most amount of fluidity. Flow. The stream of life. The stream of life that helps you facilitate such greater moves. Give your body more options. Notice the calf muscles and the way that they are resting on the ground. Draw attention to the ankle joints, where you chose to place your feet, around the heel area and the ankle area? Is it more exterior or interior? Where your toes are pointing, side wall direction, ceiling, floor. Compare the right side with the left side. What will that indicate about you standing? If your toes are pointing toward the ceiling, if they are turned out, how will it serve you if you were to stand and walk? For now, I'll ask you to turn the toes out. If your legs are stretched long, turn the toes out. Let the toes face the side wall direction. Continue being very close with your breath. One more time, click that picture of the contact that you are making with the ground at the beginning of this lesson, the scan, and at the end of this lesson, the scan. And now I will reveal the subject of the lesson, which you can read about before you take it or after you've done it. And it's balance. So think about that until we meet again. Thank you.